Hey everyone, it's Devon from the Maniology team back with another weekly live every Tuesday at 1:30 p.m. Hawaii Standard Time. You can find us here on another nail stamping journey. Whether it's a tutorial, technique, or hack, we're here to discuss the details and we're so glad you could join us. Also, if you love being a part of the vibes here and just hanging out with us during nail time, make sure to hit that subscribe button so that way you get notified every single time we go live or upload a video. Okay, before we get into some things, I want to share a very exciting announcement with all of you. For the very first time ever in the history of our Mani by Me subscription, we are doing a limited promotion. So the deal is, for those of you who sign up for the 6 months prepaid plan, you can get an additional 20% off. So already when you sign up for our prepaid plans, you get a certain amount of discount, so it makes it more reasonable. But for a very short time, we are doing an additional 20% off of that, which brings the box down to about $20 per box. Or actually, I want to say it's less than $20 per box. And that is completely unheard of. In the history of the Mani by Me subscription, we have never done something so good like this before. So please take advantage of that deal while the time or while it is available. Again, this is for our new subscribers, and for existing subscribers, don't worry, we didn't forget about you. Part of the reason we're wanting to do this is also kind of like a thank you to our existing subscribers. If you want to jump in and get this deal, make sure to email our customer service team and they can also help you, so that way you can take advantage of that 20% off for 6 months prepaid plan only. So this only applies to our prepaid plans for 6 months. So again, make sure you take advantage of that, because I promise you, this will not last long. Unfortunately, all good things have to come to an end sometimes. So make sure you take advantage of this while it is available, because I don't know when this will be back. And this is, again, the very first time we've ever done this. So go ahead and jump in, grab that while it's available, and yeah. Okay, now let's talk about what we're doing today. I know a lot of you loved that manicure that I created for the Mani by Me magic portals, and you wanted to see, how did I do that? What colors did I use? So here we are with a lot of polishes. And I'm going to show you exactly how I created that look. I just want to give you guys a heads up. I'm only going to be doing one nail. I'm not going to be doing all 5 nails. We'd be here literally all night. And I know it's late for our East Coast team. So I'm going to be showing you guys how to do one nail, and then you can go ahead and do a full manicure if you want, or an accent finger, completely up to you. These are the colors I used. I used a lot of colors for that manicure, and I'm not sure if I'm going to be needing all of those colors today. We'll see. But these are the colors I used. Again, you also do not have to use the same colors as me. Do whatever you feel. But I know that there were some questions asking what colors did I use in that manicure. And I think I used, let's count them now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 colors in that mani. Again, and that's why I also tell you guys, like, you need all the colors. I'm not just exaggerating. You literally need all the colors, because you never know when you're going to decide to go into a reverse coloring spiral, and you need to have like 20 colors on you. And you're looking for very specific shades. So let me explain what colors I used. I used Blue Beam, which came in the Mani by Me subscription box, and that is B536. Then I used Pearl Prism, which is also in the box. Honestly, me giving you guys the numbers, like, I feel like it doesn't really matter, because in some ways, you know the name. I feel like it's easier to remember the name than it is to remember the number. So I'm just going to say the names, because we got a lot of colors there. So Pearl Prism, which is this really pretty like pearlescent blue. And again, that also came in the Magic Portals box. And this is Drip, a really cute teal. And then Melt, which these two came together in a box. Then I used Sour Apple, Bam White. Of course, we can't forget that. I used Charmed, Heart of Gold, and then I use Gold Rush, Sunshine, Bluebell, Papaya, and then Blue Glue. So let me move all of these polishes out of the way because there are many. And then also the plate that I'm going to be using today is from, again, our current box, which is the Mani by Me Magic Portals. So this plate is only available to our subscribers, but there were so many questions on it that I just wanted to cover it with you guys, and I wanted to show you the manicure. Also, in general, I think we're going to create a little bit more Mani by Me content because we get a lot of questions about the Mani by Me boxes, and I feel like one Mani by Me live, it's not enough to cover everything because we usually have to go through so much in that one live, and I know you guys have more questions about things, so we need to do more lives. So I'm gonna do another live on Mani by Me. Anyways, for today, you're gonna need plate MXM 141. And here it is. We're gonna be using these designs here. And you're gonna need multiple stampers. I'm gonna be using 3. I have 4 on the side just in case. I have my security blanket stamper, my double-ended, just in case I need it. A scraper. Also, I don't know if you guys remember, this came in a Mani by Me box. It's so cute, and you can put your acetone in it. I put a little sponge in there, and this is the best tool you could ever have for reverse stamping because it makes cleaning your brush off and switching colors so easy. So I'm going to be heavily relying on this. I already heavily rely on this to do any sort of reverse stamping. The reason I like to use a sponge is because acetone evaporates quickly, so having the sponge there helps to kind of keep it a little bit longer. The next thing you're going to need is any sort of angled brush like this. I am using I believe it's like a cleanup brush and pencil stamper in one, but I'm using it because I want to use the angled brush. And then I'm using another just like detailed brush. I believe this was in the Halloween countdown calendar, either last year, maybe the year before, but it's a dotting tool and detail brush. So I'm going to be using the dotting tool or the detail brush side. You will also need either sticky base coat or you can use nail foil glue. I'm going to use nail foil glue just because I'm kind of time is going to be a little bit difficult for me since I've got the camera and I'm trying to record. If you're at home, I think using the sticky base coat is completely fine. And of course we have acetone, and I have a sticky stamper station here. I'm going to use this little thing here as my bib for all of our reverse stamping colors. So, so much to say just before we set this up. Again, this one's a doozy. I already painted 2 coats. You can either do 2 coats or 1 thick coat of Pearl Prism. So that is my base. It's such a pretty color, right? It looks like it's like a ice blue, but then it looks very purpley also. I remember seeing people's comments when they saw the colors and they were so confused. They thought that this was a purple, but it's actually a blue, and it's just got like a beautiful iridescent pink purpley finish. Okay, Next, we're going to be doing all of our stamping with Blue Beam. And this, I love this color. It's just such a beautiful, true electric blue, and I love it. Okay, now let's talk about designs. So in order to do this, I recommend, I guess it also depends on your nail length, but I recommend doing 3. Since this nail is like larger and long, I'm going to select 3 designs, and then you don't need the entire design. You literally just need parts of it, but seeing the different parts makes it look really cool. I think I'm going to go with this design here, and then I kind of like this design here, and then let's do 1, 2, maybe, because okay, so when I'm doing this right now, I'm having to like think really, really hard about the colors that are going to be used. Okay, my brain is like working overtime. I realized that I said that that was what I was going to do, but then I also have to, now I have to pull up a reference picture real quick because again, there's so much going on and I didn't want the colors to be repeating. So that's another trick, and I will get to that in a second. So I think doing like morning or daytime colors and then like sunset colors, that mix made that manicure super attractive. So I am going to stick to my plan. So I'm going to use this, and maybe one other shape. Maybe I think I want to use something with the mountains because I like the idea of there being a little green in there just to kind of make things more exciting and fun. Let's do, I'm like looking over to double check because there is a pattern. There was a method to the madness. So I think maybe this one. Yeah, maybe 1, 2, 3. Okay, that's going to be my choices. Final choice, 1, 2, 3. Or wait, no, the sun. I like the idea of the sun being in there. Oh, this is so difficult. 1, 2, 3. Maybe that'll be better. Or this one. This one's 3. You know what? Okay, let's do it this way. And this is why I think when I originally did this, I had like a bajillion stampers laid out and I just stamped a whole bunch of designs. And then I was like, okay, once I just start coloring all of them, I'll be able to kind of play around more and figure out the placing later. So that's another trick if you want to do it that way. If you know that you want to do this manicure, you can always just stamp out a bunch of them and have them on the side. And then later, after you start coloring them and stuff like that, in order to make sure that the placement is all pretty, you can just go ahead and reverse color everything first and then figure out where it all should go. Okay, that's 2. And then let's do the third one. And I said, I don't know, I'm like torn. I think because this is going to be the focal design. Maybe. I said I wanted a sun. Okay, yeah, let's do a sun because we have a moon there. So clean that off. Oops. And then I said I also wanted mountains. Okay, perfect. Okay, so now we have our 3 designs. Now we can move this out of the way and really get into it. I'm going to also use this as a little palette. So I'm just going to fold this over. And then I'm jittery and I'm nervous. I didn't have any coffee today or milk tea because you guys saw what happened last time. I was shaky and all over the place. It's very spazzy. But I think I'm jittery now because we're going to have to get into all of this, and this feels like a lot. Okay. I'm going to just say my plan out loud so that way it makes it easier for everybody. I want to do, I think, bluebell here. So I'm going to put that there, and then melt, and oh wait, this is drip. And then I'm also trying to follow like the design I did, blue glue. And then for this one I want to do sunset stuff. I'm going to do like maybe these two colors and white. And then for this one, I am going to do a nice kind of sunrise effect. Sunrise, or I guess sunset. It doesn't matter. We don't have to be correct. This is just realistic. Or wait, no, that's not. We don't have to do realism. We can just do whatever we want. So yes, do whatever you want. Paint whatever makes you feel good and happy. It's not that serious. I have to remind myself that as I embark on this very intense reverse stamping journey. Okay, so let's start off with our sour apple, and I'm gonna go ahead and color those mountains. And then if I'm not talking that much, you guys know why, because literally all of my concentration is gonna be right here, trying to paint this very tiny design. Also, I apologize, I didn't say hi to everybody. Hello, Grandma Mimsy. How are you all? How's my A-team? I hope you guys are doing well. Did everybody eat? Are you guys good? How's your Thanksgiving? I had a pretty chill Thanksgiving with my family. Okay, so we're just coloring our mountains. And then let's see. Let's flip and check. The mountains look good. Okay. So I'm gonna leave that there, and then I'm gonna clean off my brush. I'm gonna be hopping around, and the reason I'm gonna hop around is because part of what made this manicure so flippin' cool was the gradient effect that I did on all of these small designs, and I'm gonna show you how to do that. I talked about it in the live that I did when we did the unboxing for this Mani by Me box, but we're gonna go into detail. So before you can even kind of do all the fun stuff, I have to first take care of the things in the foreground. So we're gonna do white clouds here with our BAM white. And then flip to make sure that your clouds look colored in. I think there was something here. Okay, there my clouds look pretty well colored in. And then we're gonna set that aside, let that dry. Oh wait, this part. I don't really want to color in the eye. Oh, I think some people asked if like this is some kind of like, We called it magic portals just because I think the feeling is like it's kind of dreamy and you're looking through a window and you're just looking out and kind of getting lost in what you see. But there was no like witchy or witchcraft intent in case some of you were wondering, like, is it like some kind of deeper message or meaning? No, it's not that deep. I promise you. It's just something fun and different and creating some cute nail art. Okay, so on to the other parts of this design. This one, since there is no like details like this where we're gonna have to fill in, we can go straight into that technique that I was telling you about. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna take 3 colors, and it works best if the 3 colors are colors that are on the same side of the color wheel. So here, hold on. I have to fold this paper a little bit better so that way it doesn't pop up so much. Makes it easier. There. Okay, so it works best if you are using colors that are adjacent or not, close to each other on the color wheel, and you can create like a nice gradient. So for example, it's kind of hard to go from like green to purple, but there is blue in green and there's also blue in purple. So that's why I'm going to use this as like the middle color to mix this. So first thing you're going to do is do a dot of, what is this, drip, and then a dot of blue glue. And you're just going to do 2 little dots next to each other like that. So let me show you up close what that looks like. So it's just going to be 2 dots touching each other like this. And then you're going to take your brush, your angled brush, and you're going to scoop up that color. So now you see how the brush has half of it teal and half of it blue. And then you can test it out by doing something like this. So you see I already kind of messed it up because I think I have too much teal or too much blue. So I'm going to try and pick up more teal, and then there we go. That's what we're looking for, this right here. Okay, so let me try and pick up more teal and blue, and then we're going to go in and we're going to do it on our stamper. So when you do this, make sure you have a light hand because it's very easy to smudge the design. So the other trick is if you are worried about having a heavy hand and you don't want to smudge it, you could apply a top coat over it or a smudge-free top coat over these decals, just so that way it's protected and you don't have to worry about your reverse stamp getting smudgy underneath. But you know, I like to take risks and I get wild. So here we are doing this on camera. Also, I realized I may have made a mistake already. This is another thing, and I already forgot because it's been a little while since I did this technique. It's been, it's already been kind of a while. So I should have actually started more here, closer to the middle, because now the amount of teal that I have is actually not that much. I might be able to fix it. We'll see. Okay, clean off your brush with that sponge soaked in acetone. Then we're going to try again. So I'm going to go ahead and repeat that process. So I'm going to do drop of blue or drop of teal and then a drop of blue. I might still be able to correct this. Let's see if I can. Okay, I might try spacing it apart more so that way. There we go. And And even though it may look crazy on the back end, the front end is gonna look really, really cute, I promise. You know when they said the process of creation can be messy? This is what they were talking about. It gets messy. Okay. Look, you see? It's starting to come together. Okay, now what we're gonna do is we're gonna go in and do the purple. So I'm gonna do purple. I'm just gonna use purple here. Let me show you what I mean. So this is the more correct way to do this because I forgot. You color, oh wait, hold on, there's a little fuzzy here. You color part of it purple, and this is just so that way there's an even amount of color. So I'm coloring it purple with Bluebell, and then I'm gonna go in and do the gradient. Oh. So there we go, we colored part of that purple, and now we'll do the blue-purple gradient. So we have to blend that blue in. So then we're gonna do a blue dot and a purple dot. So I found that this was a nicer way to give me a seamless gradient effect for reverse stamp versus trying to use my brush. Oh, I just thought of another way that this could have been done, but I feel like it's harder just because, whoops, let's see. Hold on. There we go. Okay. Yeah, it's coming together. So I thought of another way that this could be done, and the reason why I didn't do it that way. You could use another, I'm like thinking, I'm like, should I grab it? You could use the French plate, or we have another plate too that's like that French plate that has basically a big square with color. Or sorry, a solid etch, just like completely solid etch rectangle. And then you could add polishes on there and get a gradient that way and scrape. Now, the only reason why I never did it that way is because these things are so small. It is so hard to get a small gradient and then to be able to pick it up. And I'd have to clean up so much. Yeah, it would just be a lot trickier. So this way was the best way that I found to do it. But if you guys have another way, please share, because as you see, nothing is perfect or easy. I mean, it's not terrible. It's not super hard, but it definitely does take a little finessing. So right now I'm just going in to color parts of this design blue that the brush couldn't really get to. Then I think I even have to color part of, I think on the bottom we had some parts that were teal. But this is basically how I got that gradient effect that you guys saw in the manicure. For those of you who are curious how I did that. I think I'm missing a little blue here. Let's see. And now we have, oh yeah, we do have like a little gradient. Okay, so one design down. We're gonna do a few more. For this one, I think the way that I did it, the way that I want to do it actually, is a slightly different technique. So I'm gonna be using melt. Here, let's put this aside. And then I'm also going to be using blue glue. And just gonna, I don't know why I just did that. Sometimes I'm just vibing, everybody. Like my brain and my hands and my mouth, we're all doing separate things, not on the same team. Everybody's just doing their own thing. So for this, I think what I want to try and do is color some parts blue and some parts pink. So I'm just gonna kind of go, yeah. Just gonna kind of go sporadically all over this design. This, and then I'm going to take the blue and then go in there. Let's see. Looks like, yeah, yes. I also want to try, I don't know when I did this, I wonder, because I created this manicure quite a while ago, I'm not going to lie. So I'm like, did I also do a little bit of this? Maybe so. Let's find out. Yeah, I think I did. I think I like the brush look better for this right now. And there we kind of have a fun like pink and blue sky. Okay, now the third design. So this is the sunset design. We're going to be using orange, yellow, and purple. And then I recommend doing yellow at the bottom, orange in the middle, and purple at the top. So see. I'm gonna start with yellow. So again, this way is gonna make it a little bit easier for me. So what I'm gonna do is, with a clean brush, I'm gonna go ahead, pick up that yellow, and just put a little bit here. And then I'm gonna take purple and put a little bit at the top. because that's what I didn't do for the first design we did. I should have applied just a little bit of color at the top and bottom. The reason I'm doing that is so that way when I create the gradient, I have an even amount of color on both sides. So we have something like this right now. Okay, next what we're gonna do is take orange and put that next to our yellow. So a drop of orange and a drop of yellow next to each other. And then with our clean angled brush, oops, let me make sure it's clean because I think it still had a little bit of blue polish on it. Okay, with a clean angled brush, we're gonna go ahead and pick up some color like that. I'm just gonna pick up a little more yellow. Then we have something like that. Yeah, perfect. Ooh. Oh, no, oh, whew. Oh my gosh, this stamp accidentally tipped over. So from starting on one side, then going across the other, we're just gonna drag it over like that. And then we're gonna pick up more polish. Pretty. Then we're gonna clean the brush off, and then we're gonna take a drop of purple and then a drop of orange. Now we have both coating the brush, and I'm gonna just go for it and apply it gently on the stamper. Then I'm gonna pick up more and do it again. There's like a little gap that I want to fill so badly. There we go. Okay, perfect. So now we have that pretty gradient going from yellow all the way to like a purplish color. Now, for those of you who are like, oh wait, purple and orange aren't next to each other on the color wheel, you are right, they are not. Purple is considered a cold color, while orange is obviously a very warm color. Now, the reason why this is gonna work is because this is not a cold toned purple. So it's a little bit leaning more on the pink side versus like these two might have been hard for me to kind of fade because this is a much colder purple. Even if I like tried to fade these two kinds of colors, it's, you know, this is such a cold blue. But this one, this purple, sorry, I have to shake it up a little bit. This purple has more pink leaning. So when you put these three together, it looks really good, right? And it's like a typical sunset kind of colors. So then that's what it looks like. And then I'm trying to see if I have any gaps. I don't think I do. So then now we have all three designs, and I'm gonna go ahead and apply sticky base coat on this, or not the sticky base coat, oops. Let's move this out of the way. Some nail foil glue. Got nail polish on my finger. I always get nail polish on my hand. So I'm gonna apply some nail foil glue because that way I just don't have to worry. Since I'm on camera, it's a little bit harder for me to do things. So I'm just gonna go ahead and apply a thin coat. There we go. I have a little fuzzy on it. I'm trying to get it off right now, guys. Sorry. There we go. Okay, so I applied a thin layer of nail glue, or sorry, foil glue. And we're gonna wait for that to dry. It'll probably be a couple of seconds, like takes at least 30 seconds. Yeah. And then I think we have to think about how I'm gonna rearrange this. I think the green has to go in the middle. So my trick for this design is to do like almost a zigzag. So this one has like very different colors in comparison to these two. So what I'd probably do is on the nail, I'd do something like this. So that way, this is still kind of in the focal point, but then we have these two on the opposite sides because these both have a lot of blue in them and they have the same color blue, where this one has completely different color scheme than the other two. That's my logic. Again, there are no rules. You can do whatever you want. I'm just trying to explain to you my logic and all of my way too analytical and overthinking tendencies for this. Because I know a lot of you guys ask. You guys ask, how do I pair colors? How do I do this? How do I do that? So how you do it is just overanalyzing. Oh, and lots of practice. I think that's part of it too, is that I've been nail stamping for a very long time. It's been, what, 10 years now? So I've had tons and tons of practice and also tons and tons of mistakes along the way. Let's see if this is dry. I think these are dry. Yeah, good. Oh wait, do I have a little hole there? Is that gonna drive me crazy? It might. Yeah, it will drive me crazy. Hold on, we got a little gap that we have to fix. And then let me fix this. Is there any other holes? Yeah, there are a few. There we go. Is there any more? I think that should do it. Okay, perfect. So now let's check. Yep, this is nice and tacky. So I recommend starting with the middle design first, because again, the point of these other two designs, you're not going to catch all of it. And that's okay. You don't have to. You don't have to catch the entire design. So, I'm like, what layout do I want? This is another layout. Let me show you guys the other options. I can either lay out the design this way, or I can do it this way. And now that I'm looking at everything, I'm like, maybe I do want it. I think I do want it like this. Yeah. Maybe I'll do it. Yeah. I think that's what I'm going to do. So I'll start here. And then I'm going to go like this. And then And that's it. That's how we did it. So from this point on, you would go ahead and add a smudge-free top coat. Oh, I have a little piece hanging off here. And then I would go ahead and top it with a matte top coat. But that's the look. I know this live took a little bit longer, especially to do just one nail, but I promise once you get the hang of this technique and you feel more comfortable with it, and when you're not on camera, it will be very easy and very, very quick, especially when you have all the polishes out and you're doing multiple, like I said, where I stamped everything first, and then I just had them all out and just went ahead and colored everything. It makes it easier to switch back and forth from the designs. But I think this turned out pretty well, don't you? And honestly, that pearl prism base with it, it just looks so good. I love how it kind of gives off this like pink purpley look. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this live and I hope you have an amazing week. Again, don't forget to take care of your Mani by Me subscription. If you are a subscriber or you're thinking about subscribing and you want to take advantage of that deal, I highly, highly, highly recommend it because, again, this deal will not last for long and it's the best deal we've ever had in the history of Mani by Me. And I think we've been doing Mani by Me, at least, trying to think off the top of my head, like 6 years? Like 5 years minimum, but I'm pretty sure it was like 6 years. So out of 6 years, this is the best deal. This has only happened once, and this is the very first time it's happening. And I don't know if it's ever going to come back again. So highly, highly recommend you check it out. Anyways, I hope you guys have an amazing week, and I can't wait to talk to you guys later. If you try this technique, please make sure you mention us, because I'd love to see. And then also, if I missed any of your questions during my reverse stamping fever that I was in, please make sure to comment below and I will get to you guys a little bit later and respond. Okay, talk to you guys later. Bye, everybody.